All right, so here we go. Back with our yoga class. Have two blocks if you think you're going to need them. We're going to go ahead and start again with some body rolls, rolling, loosening everything up. The sun is out. We're going to say, yay, sun's out. Being very positive, starting our day. You're going to hear noises that I am outside. So I encourage you to get outside today if you can to do this routine as long as you are social distancing. So have your two blocks. We're going to start with a nice inhale up as we reach up. We're going to exhale, dropping the left arm down. We'll just do the opposite. It can be on the block. And we're going to lean the opposite way. So you can have that block. You can have your hand down. Doesn't really matter. You're going to try to reach with that hand. And at the same time, you're going to try to ground that opposite hip down. So nice little side stretch. So having your block, if you don't need your block, you're a little more flexible and you can get down. We're going to do that too. Just don't lift up like that. Reground yourself. Chest is nice and open. Taking a few breaths. And then we're going to float right back up to the opposite side. Again, we've got our block for modification. We can just have our arm up, or we can let our arm go all the way over. So again, making it our own, really reaching, grounding the opposite hip down. And then we're going to come right back up. Okay, so we're going to come into a nice little tabletop. And we did this yesterday, so we're going to make sure our hands are right underneath our shoulders. Knees are hip distance apart. We're going to throw in a couple cat-cows. We're going to inhale, dropping the belly, chin comes up. Exhaling, arching the back, the chin to the chest. We'll do that one more time. All right, so we're going to come right back to tabletop. We're going to bring that right knee in and then that right leg out. We're trying to be really straight here. We're going to try to turn that foot down. And we can either stay here pushing in, or we can add the opposite arm up. So this is called bird dog. My husband probably would like this since we've got bird dogs here. All right, so we're bringing the core, the navel in, really grounding that hand down. And then we're going to go ahead and bring both down. So we're back in tabletop. We're going to take that left foot and kick it over to the left. You're on your left knee. Left hand stays down. Right arm and leg goes out. Right arm comes up. All right, so you're in a nice little T. All right, so this is supported side plank. You can stay here, or you can raise the right leg up into supported half moon. All right. So here we are, and you can really go for your balance by looking up. But you don't have to. Make it your own. And then we're going to come out of this, bringing it right back into our nice little tabletop, throwing in a cat-cow here, inhaling and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling. All right, so now we're going to bring the opposite leg in. Mine would be by left, so I'm going to inhale it in, exhale it out, try to extend it. Foot comes down, bring the navel to the spine here. And now we're going to keep the left hand down, take the opposite, the right arm up, or keep both hands down. It's going to be your own. Really working again on your balance. All right, so we're going to let that come right back down. We're going to go ahead, take that right foot, kick it out. This will be me from the behind. And then right hand stays down, left arm comes up. Either left foot stays down into supported side plank, or you bring it up into supported half moon. And you can look up if you want to increase your balance, or you can look down, always depending on your neck. All right, from here we're going to come right back down. We're going to come into tabletop, throw in a cat-cow as we inhale and exhale. And we'll do one more inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to float back into pose of a child, extended with the arms out. And take a few breaths here. We know how to use our blocks if we need our blocks. And we're going to come right back up to tabletop. Tabletop, we're going to throw in a down dog. We're going to turn those feet. We're going to bring up the seat and then try to rock back, head between the arms. Again, we can walk that dog. We're in a little V shape here. Or we can just keep the knees bent. It's better to get the back in the right position than it is the legs. You could be like this, or you can walk it. I always say you can check out your pedicure or lack of pedicure here as you're looking at your feet. All right, from here, we're going to go ahead and come right back into our tabletop. We're going to bring that right foot forward, placing it between our hands. We're in supported low lunge. All right, so really work on that hip flexor here. We can stay just like this. Again, we've got the alignment between the ankle and the knee. Or we can come into low crescent pose, which is we come up and the hands come up. We're still descending down. Nice and strong here. All right, so take one more breath here. And then we're going to go ahead and bring the hands down. We're going to stay just like we are as we back it up into that little runner stretch is what we used to call it. In yoga, it's half split. And again, you can be descending down. The knee does not have to be totally straight. If you have your flexibility and you're a little easier, you can just go down like this, but you don't have to. All right, from here we're going to come right back up. We're going to take the hand, move it in, come right back, and we're going to float back into a pose of a child, bringing the hands next to your feet here, letting the shoulders just release. All right, one more breath. Coming right back up into your tabletop, bringing your left foot up right between your hands, getting that nice little stretch again on that right hip flexor. You can be staying down here, or you can come up into low crescent where you're bringing your hands up. Really nice balance here. Ground that left foot in. Bring the navel to the spine. You're really strong here. Coming back to that strong breath. Inhaling, bring it all the way to the belly. And exhaling. All right, so we're going to bring the hands down. We're going to come into that half little split or runner stretch. And we can bow to it, descend to it. Knee does not have to be locked here. All right, so we're going to come right back forward, bringing that knee right back with us. We're going to come back onto our seat. We're going to come into what is called cobbler. So again, cobbler, you can use your little blocks here. If you want to, have like a little supported cobbler. If you're a little more flexible and you can get your knees down, that's fine. We're just going to inhale up. All right, so this is called cobbler or butterfly. In yin, it's called butterfly, but cobbler, this is actually how they worked on shoes. So they would hold them with their feet. So we're going to inhale up, and exhale, we're going to lean forward. So again, it's not a contest here. We're just going to see where we are. We're going to hold this one a little longer. Holding poses for at least 30 seconds is great for your bones, causing a little bit of a stress and resistance. And again, inhaling and exhaling. And just surrendering. And again, you've got your block. You can always have your elbows on the block, whatever you want. Just relaxing and releasing. All right, we're going to come one more breath here and then come up. And we're going to come into wide leg. It'll be our last pose. This is a little short exercise. Now I like to make sure you're in your comfortable wide leg. I like to reset my setting bone so I'm nice and forward. I've got my blocks if I want, because we're going to do a forward fold and then the sides. So first, I'll just put my block out there and say I need it. Okay, so we're going to inhale up and exhale. We're hinging forward. Okay, so now we're going to use the block as the stopping point. Maybe it needs to be higher, maybe it's lower. Doesn't matter. Our legs do not need to be locked, but we're just going to hang out in this. Feet are up and we're just releasing. So once you're forward, you can bow to it. And we're going to come back to the belly breath. Just inhaling, knowing that you can always change that, position of the block. You can get your elbows down, great. You can always bring your head down on it. Just hanging, not forcing anything, returning again to nice long inhales and exhales. Again, just kind of checking out where you are. If you can descend, that's great. It doesn't matter. Knees do not have to be locked. They can be loose. You can even put a little blanket under there if you're suffering from knees. Your wide leg doesn't have to be super wide. It could be more wide leg like this. Doesn't matter. You're making it your own. Just choosing to be wherever you are and coming back to the breath. All right, so we're going to do just a few more breaths wherever we are. And we're going to come up using our hands kind of like a little bug or spider. We're going to go ahead and come to, I'll have you do your left, I'll do my right. You can use your block here. You're going to bring your hand out and elbow out from the knee. You can have a block. If you cannot come down like this, you can have the use of a block. We're going to take the opposite hand up as we inhale up, chest is nice and open, and then we're really reaching for that foot. So maybe this is all we do, or maybe it's too painful and we just do this, keeping the chest nice and open. Or maybe we don't need the block and we can come down. If you can reach farther, this is great. And you're just going to release and relax into it. So start with that nice breath. Nice little side stretch. I call it the bikini workout, even though I don't wear a bikini. And you're eventually trying to get to here. You want to get to here eventually and turning the chest open, but we're not forcing that. And we're just going to back it up and release. So again, releasing, relaxing, just letting it loosen up, never force. And you're trying to reground down the opposite side. See, I have a little tendency to lean that too. Let that beautiful sun come into your face, vitamin D, great for your immune system. And one more breath here. All right, we're going to slowly come right back out, and then we're going to return to the opposite side. So again, if we need a block, we're going to take our arm out from our knee, just like as we're coming out, and we're going to inhale, nice breath comes up, and again, maybe this is it. We don't really care, no one can see us. And if you want to try to descend a little bit more, you can. We're going to hold this one again. We're kind of going for a little longer on this. Just releasing, relaxing. Bringing the air again into the belly. Then letting it extend out. And again, just seeing where you are. So again, you could always have a belt here too, keeping the chest nice and open. And again, close your eyes, just breathe. All right, let's take just a few more breaths here. And then we're going to come right out of that very slowly. We're going to come back to the last pose because we want to work on our core a little bit. So this is a pose I suggest everyone do for 30 seconds. So that's how you're going to start out. Now you're going to go ahead and be in tabletop. You're going to come down onto your elbows. You're going to make sure your position is where you can grab each elbow. Now, some people like to put their hands together and some people like to have them straight out. So we're going to do dolphin plank. All right, so the traditional dolphin plank is you just extend your legs down, your core is nice and tight, and you're holding it here. This is what you see all the world record holders do. So we're going to do this, try to do this for 30 seconds. Now the modification, we would just drop the knees, okay? So but if we don't have to drop the knees, we're going to try to count here. Bringing the navel to the spine, staying strong. We're going to make this body strong. Core is going to fight off things, lungs are going to fight off things. We're all going to be okay. And try to hold it for a few more breaths here. All right, so now drop your knees if you haven't, and then we're going to drop the whole torso down, and this position is called Sphinx. So it's a supported back bend, if you want to say. So your hands are just down on the mat, elbows are down. If you're going to activate this pose though, you're going to take the top of your feet into the mat, lift the kneecaps, and it's like you're pulling your chest forward. So that's the thing for your spine here. Sphinx. So you're nice and activated. I'm acting like my hands are grabbing the mat and pulling my chest forward, but I'm still connected. And then I'm going to release that down. I'm going to bring my hands underneath my head. I can bring my forehead down, bend the knees, and I'm going to sway the back. All right, from here I'm just going to come right back up. I'm going to come back into my cross-legged seated position, just where I started the class. Because we'll end the class this way. So closing your eyes, connecting yourself to the earth. Your chakra or your root chakra is your connection to your earth. It's your seat. It's what you're sitting on basically. It's how you come out of the world. That's how you're connected to the world. So we're going to connect that chakra, which is what we're sitting on, our earth chakra. We're going to close our eyes, return to our breath, breathing in calm, exhaling stress, breathing in peace, exhaling anxiety, breathing in love, and exhaling any tension or fear we might have. And we're going to end the class as we open our eyes. We take a nice inhale up to Mother Earth here and the sun. As we exhale, the hands come into your heart center, which is your heart chakra, center of love and compassion. As we end the class and we bow to each other as we say namaste. All right, have a lovely day. Work on your yoga. Come back to that breath when you feel panic. Love to all of you.